Yo, welcome to another episode of Under the Surface, a talk show where we talk all things Bazaar. We have talked a lot about cosmetics on this show, but we never really focused on the animated item arts. We decided it's time to change that and find the best ones, but also we wanted to discuss them in general and compare them to other online games and real-life TCGs. So without further ado, let's dive under the surface. As you already know, today's topic is animated card arts. But before we start, I just wanted to say that last episode on Temple Expedition, I totally forgot that this is a topic that we could have made, so I understand that it was sort of stale putting it out at this point or at that point. I understand that why you didn't want to watch it. I hope that this week's videos are going to make up for it. We have been talking already about various different cosmetics, but I guess we always sort of thought about card arts as something lesser, something less meaningful. And to be fair, having animated cards or, well, items on your board adds a bit of flair to your gameplay. Static items are also pretty cool, like the arts of them, but we are here to appreciate at least a couple of really cool animations for those items. I think we could talk about those animations in general, in the beginning of the video. So Blake, tell me, how do you feel about the animations for those items in the game?
I'm a big card or item art enjoyer, I guess. I've seen some talk around the Bazaar where people don't like them for some reason. I don't know. I like them. I'm always excited to get a new one. I like that there's different rarities on some of them now too, because I feel special when I pull a gold one.
Okay.
The only problem is it's hard to the only problem is it's hard to know what you have and don't have, which would make it more. I like to collect stuff, so if I could really see what I'm missing, make me feel a little bit, better about what I have, what I don't have. But I'm a card art enjoyer.
Yeah, actually, I recently I downloaded Pokemon Pocket on my phone. You collect Pokemon cards there. I like the layout of the collection, essentially, because whenever you open packs, you have a whole list of the expansion that you are opening cards from. Whenever you get a new one, you pan over or scroll over the whole list, and whenever you have a new card there, it pops into its place. Like, they are all numbered and all that. So it would be cool as well if you could have sort of like seasonal galleries that you could fill, and a completed gallery would look really cool. As we all know, the current iteration of item collection is sort of chaotic.
Painful.
Yeah, like any basic filtering would be really cool. Like, I talked about this in my quality of life video like ages ago, and a lot of things that I talked about then were actually implemented. So I hope in the next season will bring us new quality of life improvements, in this case collection. This particular topic might get us astray, but as I mentioned, Pokemon card game players, TCG players, like foil cards, right? So different versions of shinies. Pokemon has a lot of those, but Magic the Gathering, Flesh and Blood, perhaps any other game have like alter arts and then foils. I feel like collecting them is pretty cool, so I would like to have more agency in collecting those items in the Bazaar.
Yeah, I feel like they might add, better ways to track them as soon as the marketplace is up. Because right now, if you miss them, you miss them. Can't even trade them. So I don't know. I just want to be able to click on the hero and then go to cosmetics and see all their item cosmetics, all their skins. I want to look at stuff I don't have, to be like, oh, I could have pulled that. I need to buy that from the marketplace or whatever.
Yeah.
One day. We'll do it one day.
Yeah, I guess that introduction of the market will actually provide the reason for this type of gallery. Right now, if you missed something, you do not have access to it anymore. So putting some blacked or grayed out boxes on your screen probably only frustrate players. So having it like that, I guess it's yeah, you have a collection, but don't bother looking at it. It doesn't really matter. Just play the game.
I noticed a lot of new players too, or people who just aren't super tuned into all the stuff surrounding the game are like, why can I pull the same thing twice? They just don't understand that there will be a marketplace. So
yeah,
it's really annoying if you don't know that. If you pull 14, batteries or something, and you're like, oh, okay, well, guess I just have these.
Yeah. Okay, so you spoiled the first item, so I guess it's time to move to the best couple picks that we think are the best item arts in the game. So my first choice was Battery, which I think is pretty cool because it has a lot of going on. I like this bar that should be filled up, but it isn't, so it's blinking. I'm doing a terrible job explaining what is happening on the screen. Yeah, but I guess I also like the fact that there's this electricity going on. I understand that's not how batteries work, but I still feel like that's a cool addition to provide this effect of, this is electricity. A lightning sort of represents that.
Yeah, it's a good one. I almost chose it as one of my favorites too. I think some of the card arts in this game, it's easier to see what the animated art should be, and this is one of them. Like, it's obvious, have electricity coming out of the battery, have it depleting. Some of them it's like, what do you do?
Some are just gleaming, which is totally all right. Like a foil card, like TCG card, could have questionable placement of the foiling, or just have like this yellow-green foiling all over it, like many of the Lorcana cards, which I don't like foiling on Lorcana cards, but I guess a Lorcana fan could disagree with me. But yeah, as we don't have literal foil items in the game, I think this animation is cool. And also, like, in Hearthstone, they had those golden cards, and yeah, I guess they look more prestigious, but to me, they were a bit too much, those gold cards. Especially if you had, like, whole deck blinked out and...
Yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, I like to show off a little bit, so... but yeah, I like the subtlety of the animated art more, because, like, you can kind of not notice it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just play the game.
Yeah, it fits really well with the style of the artwork, and it's never so much that it distracts you. Although we must admit to ourselves, a lot is happening on the screen in this game, usually.
Yeah, it'd be pretty bad if the card was distracting you from...
Yeah. So what would you choose as the next item?
I would choose one of my little friends, Black Spider.
Okay.
This one is one that I do notice when I see it, because I think it's kind of funny, because he's like just chilling and then he's just like squirting webs,
Okay.
It's an interesting choice. He also like moves there's kind of a lot going on in this one too. He's got like lights that light up, and his legs kind of move up and down. If you look at him.
Yeah.
So a lot of nice little stuff going on, along with squirting out webs. Which is funny to me.
I think if this particular item was a card, like let's say a TCG card, like those yellow elements would probably be foiled, and I think it would look really nice in that version. But here it also sort of gleams. I mean, obviously there's like this light in the center of its carapace. I think that's how you say it. But actually, I wanted to ask you about this. A lot of items have those like wavy type movement, right? Like they are distorted. And do you think it's done by AI, or are they animating those themselves?
I assume there's just some poor guy that has to gets told yeah, you got to make this card wavy today. And then he just has to I don't know how they do the animation, but most item arts have it. I mean, my beautiful bolus has it.
Yep.
That's kind of the only thing it does.
Yeah. So. I mean, I understand those leather straps to be wavy, but this rightmost ball is so wavy that it's sort of unsettling. Like it's pulsating as if it's an egg sac or something.
Yeah, I don't know the way they... Yeah, I know, I do. I don't know if the way they animate the item arts is interesting. I don't know if that's typical in games like this, how they're doing it. I feel like they've gotten better too, because there were some in the beta that got redone. I can't really name any examples, but they were definitely not as obviously animated, and then they stepped it up, because I remember thinking that whenever they changed them. Some item arts are just have coins flying into something, or leaves going by, so I don't know, they're a little, I don't know, they're not they don't do anything for me.
If I were to choose an example of those flying things that are done pretty cool, is the library although I sort of don't get this dissolving effect right at the center, so those pages essentially vanish. I was thinking they could like hide behind this sort of speaking table or whatever you call it. Probably that was easier to make. Going back to Bolas for a second, like even though it's rather basic item in terms of its animation, I would say actually a lot happens here because of course there's this waving pattern, which as I said, it's probably a bit over the top. But we have like particles, like those, I'm not sure, like little glowing leaves or whatever that are in the background, and also sometimes sunshine rays go from the top right corner. It's subtle, but it continuously moves in some capacity.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad. Like if I didn't have one, I'd probably pay 10 million gems just to get one of these. So
yep,
I get what you're saying. I mean, you look at Bolas and you're like, the guy who was like looking at this is probably like, what do I do to make this animated? You know what I mean? Like some things are super obvious and some things like this are like, okay, I got to figure out how to make this work. And they did a good job.
Battery was pretty cool, but the next item that I chose is, in my opinion, the best item in terms of like what moves, what shines, and all of that, and that would be Yeti Crab. And obviously I like my aquatic themes, so yeah, who would have guessed? But we have bubbles rising up towards the surface. Towards the surface. There's like this glowing effect from the ice on top of the crab, and it also adds something. However, the main part that captivates me is this toxic sludge that comes out from its mouth, and also it's on the ground, and it has this foiling effect from a real TCG card.
Yeah, this is my first time looking at it so deeply. And man, there's a lot going on here. It really looks like he's underwater too. His little arms are going.
Yeah.
Kinda. Man.
This rippling effect, this wavy effect is present here, but it's not as prominent to make me feel like this is unrealistic, it's distorted. This guy is breathing and, just catching his breath after catching a prey or something.
Yeah, this card really terrifies me. I don't know what it is. Like I have nightmares about this thing.
It might be the position of its teeth. Like, first of all, crabs don't usually have teeth, and then those teeth look like a stereotypical British person's smile. No shade toward British people, but like that's the stereotype.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Yeah, it is.
I want to be the guy's friend, but it's a good item art. I appreciate you bringing it to my attention. I'll have a little bit of respect for it now.
Okay.
For Mr. Yeti Crab, I feel like he should have a name too, like Mr. Richardson.
Who knows? Mr. Richardson seems like he's one of a kind, like that's the monkey, But Yeti Crab seems like a species living in the waters of the Bazaar.
True. Also, another question for you. Do you think this guy is huge, or do you think he's just kind of like a small little crab? Because I used to think he was just a small little crab, but he kind of looks massive from this picture.
I guess the only thing that we can compare his size to is this plant in the foreground. So depending on how big this plant is, he could be massive. And I guess, I was imagining him as like regular crab sized. So like a thumb. That's probably how big a crab is at the most. Some of them are really tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could be massive. I mean, if he is massive, then he is definitely terrifying. That's supposed to be reckoned with.
Well, Cauldron's my next one.
Okay.
And I think this is one of the, it's an obvious item. Like they looked at this and they're like, yeah, I know exactly what to do. Have the like toxic poison flowing over and have like a raging fire at the bottom, It's just like perfect.
Yeah, bubbles going up, fumes.
I've liked this one every time I've seen it. I've kind of sat and just looked at it and I was like, yeah, it's a nice card anyway.
The animation is satisfying. Like, as you said, it captures what a witch's cauldron should be. It's a little bit terrifying. It's a little bit dangerous in the sense of, like, this fire is reaching to the midway point of the cauldron.
This reminds me of like those YouTube like 12-hour long videos that are like, a fire on your fireplace on a Christmas evening or something, but with like a witch's cauldron.
Yeah, I just imagined it like the bubbling cauldron ASMR with occasional witch's cackle.
Oh, I would turn that on. I'll turn that on right away. That's a good YouTube video for Tempo to put on for like Christmas or something or Halloween for people just to play.
Yeah, cauldron is definitely one of the good ones. So my last item, though there are so many items actually that we could put here in this video, as we established, well, there are many items that are, well, sort of wavy, and that's it, and that's all right. But a lot of items, especially recent ones, they are cool. So my item would be thermal lance. And you know what I like about this item the most? This quick little glow that happens sometimes that illuminates this lance with orange light. Like it happens for just a tiny bit, like a second every so often. This small addition sells this animation for me.
Yeah, it's really like a welding. Well, I never noticed that. It's really like you're welding.
Yeah.
Something.
You know, sparks are flying everywhere, and I'm sure most of the people watching this have either seen welding in real life or on a video. And you know, when a person is, well, welding, this particular like flashes of light when sparks are getting intense happen, and this is something that they, you know, sort of remembered. They analyzed what happens during this particular process and applied it to the item, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like I should go back through and look at all these more carefully, because maybe there's just little touches I've missed that I haven't seen when they're not blown up. This isn't an item I've used a lot either, though, so...
Yeah, I use it very sparingly. In general, all of the effects here, like the sparks flying away from this rod and this glow, I think it all adds to the feeling of heat.
Yeah, it's a good one. So my last one is Aurora Dome. It's just chill. Like it's just a chill. Like it's a nice item art, like even without the thing, but you're in a like camping dome type thing, and outside the aurora's out there, and you can see it kind of like the aurora effect is like happening on it.
Yeah.
So that's an obvious thing to do. But then also this card has the addition of like meteor shower happening on the actual like animated art, which I think is just not like, this could be another ASMR video too, you know?
Could be, yeah. It's definitely very cozy. Like the bed looks very comfortable.
You've also got the flickering of the candle lights.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think it's just a nice, just everything comes together in this one.
Aurora Borealis at this time of the year, in this part of the country, localized entirely in your dome. May I see it? I love this skit.
The steamed hams.
Yes.
Oh, that's a classic. But yeah, this is I just like this expansion. This whole expansion has really good item art. So I thought about picking like 3 different ones from it, but I picked this one specifically.
We are focusing on animations for those arts, but in general, a lot of arts, even if their animation isn't that special, by themselves are really cool. So we could choose a lot of different arts, and it's easy to see that the people making the arts, like the art team, are very talented and know what they are doing.
Yeah, like so much of the art in this game just looks like just a piece of art you would hang on a wall or something. You know, it doesn't even look like it's from a game. It's kind of crazy, honestly.
I'm going to make my proposition once again. Please use this art to make merch. We've done a whole video what you could do with merch. There's a lot of stuff that can be done, but I would like sleeves and playmats.
It would also be really, really cool. Now I'm asking for free stuff, so but if like they would make like some of these animated card arts and stuff, like animated like wallpapers and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Be cool. I mean, I would probably even pay a couple bucks for one.
I wonder if Wallpaper Engine has any of the Bazaar arts. I recommend Wallpaper Engine, not sponsored at all, but like it's really cool to have an animated wallpaper.
Yeah, I've always thought about getting into that, but never have. But I feel like there's so many card arts I look at. I'm like, yeah, this would be a cool little. I mean, even some of the like just like boards and stuff would be cool as backgrounds for your computer or your phone or something. So
yeah,
Tempo, I'm willing to spend like 99 cents on a wallpaper. I've got my wallet open.
Yep, like 2004, send an SMS and they send you wallpaper back.
Yeah. Oh God. Bolus is the best one, obviously.
Obviously.
Just, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, those were our choices. I would like you to give me yours. So, what are the best animated arts or arts in general for items in the game, in your opinion? So, put that in the comments. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on Thursday for the next episode of Under the Surface. Yeah, thanks for watching again, and bye.
See ya.